Here we are, clearing the issues, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to code, stop for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same power at your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs that be on the CNN. DPT fiends talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boy's TV.
All right, guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World in the Black Business School. And I thought that I would come in here and give some insight, as you know that we do unlike anywhere else, on some stuff that's going on with Colin Kaepernick. And also, just in case you don't know where you are, you are at drboycetv.com. This is the home for intelligent black people. So if you're not black and intelligent, then you may want to get the fuck out because this conversation is going to be above your pay grade because we like to break things down. We like to go deep. We like to analyze. We like to understand. Also, welcome everybody from Fly Nubian King TV. In case you guys didn't know, there is Fly Nubian Queen. You know, Vicky Dillard's running shop over there. We also have Fly Nubian King, which is at flynubianking.com. So if you are a king and if you are a black man and you're strong and you're capable and you believe in being intelligent as a black man, then feel free to go to flynubianking.com and check that out. And everybody who's watching from over there, please hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button also. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. All right, so here's what's going down. This is really interesting. So first of all, I'm going to ask you guys a yes or no question. Did you know that today Colin Kaepernick was going to be working out for the NFL? Give me a yes or no if you were aware that Kaepernick was about to get his NFL shot. It was Last Chance University. I don't know if y'all watched that show. It's a very sad show on Netflix. It's about these poor guys who were lied to their whole life and told that the only thing a black man knows how to do is play a goddamn sport. Has anybody ever seen Last Chance University? It's some interesting shit, right? So, okay, I see a lot of yeses. A lot of people knew Kaepernick was doing his workout today. And I was happy for the brother. You know, I like Kaepernick. I want him to get his opportunity. I have no doubt in my mind. There is no doubt on earth that Kaepernick is not ready to play in the NFL. Like, no doubt in my mind. I don't care. You can say, well, he's not as good as he used to be. No, sorry. I watch football, and I understand football, and I understand that the NFL's quarterbacks are half of them are about as talented as my grandma when she ain't had her medication. Like, seriously, and my grandma's dead. So, you know, seriously, half of these quarterbacks are garbage. Half these quarterbacks, just are pretty worthless. You have these bottom-dwelling teams like the Jets and the Redskins that, really need quarterbacks, they need Jesus, they need all kinds of stuff because some of these teams just suck. And here's the thing, that this is kind of a real good example of how racism is costly. Racism will cost you. And ultimately, the penalty they're paying for their racist behavior is that they've got this guy sitting on the sideline who ain't really hurt nobody. All he did was take a knee. All he did was stand. He stood up by taking a knee, which is kind of a contradiction, but y'all get the point. He took a knee on behalf of an issue that affects the primary employees in your organizations, right? Black men are the reason the NFL is as great as it is right now. So black men. Their issues should be important to the NFL. The same way if I ran a company and all the people working for me were gay and they wanted to do something as a tribute to, age research or whatever, or LGBT initiatives, I'd be stupid not to support them because I don't own them and I owe it to them to care about the things they care about. Right? Do you follow me? Like the WNBA. WNBA, y'all know they got those big, bulky, dudish looking women in there. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know, I'm not making fun of them on that, but y'all know some of them women ain't really women. Some of them women, I need to check somebody need to check their shorts because something else is going on up in there, right? But the WNBA is very sensitive to issues that affect the LGBT community because a lot of their players, that's how they roll. That's what they are, and they have some crazy relationships, man. I'm not all of them. I'm not stereotyping here. That's certainly not what I'm doing. But y'all ever seen? You gotta go read some of these news stories about some of these relationships, man, where one girl will be beating the other girl's ass and stalking her and like trying to shoot her with a gun, and it's crazy. Anyway, but then again, everybody got crazy relationships. So anyway, let's get back to the point. The point of the matter is to say that the NFL is wrong on the Kaepernick thing. I want to make that 100% clear as we analyze this. And I want to make it 100% clear that I think Kaepernick deserves his shot. And I want to say that, I have to say that in advance, because sometimes when I do nuanced critiques, people say, oh, you hating on Kaepernick, or you don't want Kaepernick to win. No, I want him to win, but that just because I want you to win don't mean you're doing everything right. Like, I got a 12-year-old upstairs who I yelled at this afternoon because she didn't go to her Saturday afternoon academic appointment. Now, by the way, if you got kids, put them in extra programs. That's how you put your kids ahead. That's how you get them ahead. So she's like, oh, I don't want to get up, and she kept rolling over and going to sleep and whatever. Her grandma was here. That's how she got away with that shit. But I jumped in her ass. I was like, look, I'm very disappointed in you right now, and I'm going to critique your behavior right now, and there's going to be hell to pay for you right now. But that does not mean I don't love you. That does not mean I don't think you're smart. That does not mean I don't want you to win. But when you're fucking up, you're fucking up. Do we agree on that? Can you follow what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? That you can call somebody a fuck up and still love them? Yes or no? Can we get an agreement on that? All right. So here's the deal. And so I took some notes, because I take notes when I talk to you. I don't just run my mouth. I make sure I'm prepared. So here's the first thing. So I'm reading about Kaepernick's little workout, and please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button, especially you guys on Fly Nubian King, please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to that channel. We need that. We want that channel to grow for black men and black men's issues. That's what we're focusing on with that. So please hit that subscribe button and thumbs up button. So Kaepernick was going to work out for the NFL today, and they were going to work out at this Atlanta Falcons facility, and they were going to bring in some NFL teams that were going to come check him out. And Kaepernick, basically, according to TMZ, now take it for what you want, take it with a grain of salt. TMZ says that it kind of fell through. That, apparently they couldn't come to terms with each other on, like where the workout would take place, whether the media would be invited, something about the liability waiver or whatever, right? So Kaepernick, earlier in the day, and I looked this up, Kaepernick's like, oh no, I'm not working out at this facility because I want the press to be there. I want the press to see this, and I want this to be transparent. And I read this and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Of course you would. Of course, because that's the thing. You don't want them to molest you in the dark. Like, you don't want them to have him to do a great workout, and then the NFL come back and say, well, he sucked, and that's why we didn't sign him. No, you want people to see, and I can get that, right? I vibe with that. Here's the problem. The NFL's coming back out swinging. The NFL came back and said, what the fuck is you talking about? We said it was perfectly fine for you to invite the media to the workout. Did anybody else read this? Give me a yes or no if you read this. The NFL came back and said, we don't know what the hell he's talking about, because we never said he cannot have the media come into the workout. Let me read some of this. This blew my mind. This kind of floored me. This made me think, somebody's lying up in this mug. Like, what the hell? So let me see. The NFL just released a statement saying that Colin missed his scheduled workout, right? But that's their way of saying that because you didn't show up where we said we agreed you were going to show up, you're absent. We're marking you absent because, you're working out down the street. You told us where you were going to be, but you wasn't at the spot that we agreed upon, so we're marking you absent. That part is like a tomato type situation. I can get that. But here's the part that kind of got me really curious. So they said the league goes on to say that despite its best efforts to cooperate with him and his team's ever-changing requests, he pulled out last minute and is now going rogue on the plan. Just a few things they say that they did agree to. They agreed to let Cap bring in his own receivers for the drills, which makes sense, right? Because you don't want them to bring the receivers, because then they might bring in double agents who might just drop your passes on purpose to make you look bad. Okay, cool. Allowing Coach Hugh Jackson to run the drills for him. Okay, cool. Hugh Jackson, he need to go. Hugh Jackson don't need to be running drills for Cap. He need to focus on coaching those shitty ass Browns and handling his team, because I think Hugh Jackson was he the well wait was it is Hugh Jackson the coach of the Browns, or did he used to be the coach? Either way, the Browns just kind of sucked this year. I'm really disappointed. Allowing Nike to shoot an ad, and they said they agreed on that. So let me read what the NFL said, and I think the part about the media really got my attention a lot. Let me see here. And here we go. This is from an NFL source. The NFL did not actually come out and say this one. So Hugh Jackson, he got fired. Okay, sorry about that. So I shouldn't put the shitty Browns on his name. I'm like Antonio Brown says. I'm trying to put dirt on his name. All right. An NFL source tells TMZ Sports that despite what Colin and his camp broadcast on Saturday with a last-minute change for what's been described as transparency purposes, we're being told that Colin himself had inquired about media accessibility when these talks first got started. We're told the implication behind Colin's question was that he didn't want media there. As our source tells us, he wanted to avoid a circus-like atmosphere. In other words, we're told the league is completely baffled by Cap and his team's reasoning on changing locations. Our source tells us point blank, Cap could have had the media join in at the Falcons practice facility if he wanted, but we're told that he never made that request to begin with. Now, so one or two things that happen. Somebody's lying. I mean, give me a yes or no if you at least agree with me that somebody's not telling the truth, right? Somebody's lying, right? Either they're lying or he's lying, right? And I don't know. I'm not going to make any assumptions on that. But here's the thing. One of two things are happening. Either Cap and his team, are just saying things, because they know the public will listen to them no matter what. Or the NFL is coming back and saying, you never made that request, and they're just saying whatever they want to say in order to sort of shape the narrative in their favor. Like they're coming back and saying, no, you never talked about it. We never discussed that. And I think that will be a lot harder for them to sort of prove and stick by if they're just sort of making things up. And the other question I have is whether or not this source is a reliable source, right? A source telling you something is very different from the NFL actually saying something. So I think that's important to understand as well. But let me read the statement from the NFL about Cap's workout, him allegedly not being a no-show and all this stuff. It's really fascinating. I'm going to give you guys some of what I'm sort of seeing here between the lines. Actually, do me a favor real quick. Please hit that thumbs up button. If on the count of three, everybody please hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, notification bell, subscribe button. Please, please, please do that. Very, very important. It brings more people into the conversation. Type Black Power in the chat once you get done. Please do that. That's our Black Power exercise. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hiru, as Offset. And thank you to everybody on Instagram. Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. And thank you, everybody on Dr. Boyce TV. Thank you, Miss Frazier, Jackie Frazier. I think that's what it says. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, so here's what the NFL says. The NFL says, we are disappointed that Colin did not appear for his workout. He informed us of that decision at 2:30 p.m. today, along with the public. Today's session was designed to give Colin what he consistently said he wants, an opportunity to show his football readiness and desire to return to the NFL. 25 clubs were represented for the workout, and all 32 clubs, their head coaches, general managers, and other personnel executives would have received video footage of the interview and workout shot by the Atlanta Falcons video crew. It is important to note the following. As stated above, more than 3/4 of NFL clubs were present for today's workout. I don't believe that those same clubs showed up at this other alternative location. When Colin Kaepernick got done with his workout, he thanked some teams. I wrote the teams down. He thanked the Redskins, who suck. He thanked the Chiefs, the Jets, who suck, and the Chiefs, who don't suck. And there's also a report that the Eagles were there, who I don't know. I think they're kind of in the middle. They're in like suck no suck purgatory. And so from that list, it sounds like a lot of the teams that were supposed to be at the first workout were not at the second facility. And a lot of this hinges on, in terms of my perception of what's going on here, is whether or not it's really true that the NFL was okay with the media being there and that Cap's team use this as an excuse to work out at an alternative location. I'd also be curious to see if there's footage available of this other workout. So he said, hey, we want the media to be able to see it. Well, I'd like to see some press. I'd like to see some footage. I'd like to see what what the coaches and the analysts are saying, because I'm really kind of wondering, what's really going on here. I really, if it is the case that Cap's team was not completely honest with the public and that they were kind of jacking things up, in an inexplicable way, it would almost make an argument to me that maybe deep down, maybe he doesn't want to get signed. I don't know if that would be the case, but I wonder how badly he really actually wants them to sign him to a contract. And because it's almost like one of those weird things, right? Where I feel bad. I really hate. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't really feel comfortable with the whole culture of NFL slave trades. I just don't. I don't like it. You got these owners, these plantation owners, who bring together all the Negroes, and they say, look at how high that Negro can jump. And they sit there like some damn, cotton farmers in 1845 with straw in their mouth, in a hat on, watching, oh, look at how strong that Negro is. Oh, that Negro runs fast, right? I don't like any of that. That bothers me. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. Tell me if that bothers you, if that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't like that anyway. But and also the number one reason I don't like it is because it puts the black man in a position where he appears to be almost like a beggar, almost a beggar. I'm not making fun of anybody who plays in the league or tried to play in the league. I was a kid. I was a muscular kid. I was pretty fast. I actually was faster. I was actually faster than everybody on the entire football team in high school. I wasn't on the football team because by that time I didn't want to play anymore. But I raced them all and I beat them all, and I had like muscles and stuff. So all the coaches were trying to recruit me because they were like, this guy, he's big and strong and he's faster than all the players on the team. We wanted to play. They just don't know my attention span, my ADHD. I couldn't learn those fucking plays. I couldn't pay attention. But anyway. So my point is not to make fun of people who love football. I'm not making fun of you. If you love football, I'm not dissing you at all. What I'm saying is that what I don't like about the NFL is that you got 10,000 Negroes chasing like 8 opportunities, right? You got black men reduced to beggars because all these men are trying to get that 1 in 1,000 spot that 99.9% of them will never get. Even the best athletes I've seen, I'm talking about college All-Americans, went to college and kicked ass in college. They were in the top 1% of the top 1% and would go to the NFL and be there like 2 years. The NFL does not stand for National Football League. It stands for not for long, because the average NFL career lifespan is about 2.3 years. So the NFL is to me just it's interesting for entertainment purposes, but it's actually to some extent a pretty shitty place. I just feel like it's a shitty place because you've invested everything into becoming an athlete, and you're spending all your time begging white people to decide to let you play on their field, and then you end up in situations that just look horrifically and embarrassingly desperate. Like that poor guy. Yes or no? Give me a yes or no if you saw this. Does anybody remember that brother who wanted so badly to get on the Kansas City Chiefs football team that he was a big, strong wide receiver, and he went out in front of the stadium every single day? He wanted to show how determined he was. So, he didn't spend his determination like learning how to go build a business or whatever. He was out in front of the stadium holding up a sign that said, "Will run routes for food," or something like that. Did anybody remember that? Where he literally held a sign up like a beggar, like a bum on the street, that said, "Will run routes for food." Now, he's a young guy, right? He's probably in his 20s. I'm not clowning this brother at all, because maybe in my 20s I would have been misled as well. But does anybody remember that? And it made me sad because the black man is a king, and they've reduced you to a beggar. You are the original niggas, like you are the original chieftains, and they have reduced you to the court jester. They've reduced you to somebody who must entertain white folks for a living. Without that livelihood, you have nothing. And I think that's very sad to watch. And so I get excited when I see guys like a Myron Rolle. Dr. Myron Rolle, that lady, Vicky Dillon went in on Amanda Seales because she tried to basically do a Me Too on Myron Rolle. Didn't even barely knew him, a little thirsty chick trying to chase him down, trying to get some, and then gonna go out here acting like he's a predator and making stuff up and whatever. And he clapped back on her ass and embarrassed her stupid ass. Y'all remember that? Myron Rolle is a doctor. He is a Harvard-educated physician. And Myron Rolle, though, was a bad motherfucker on the football field. He was an All-American in Florida State. He was recruited. All the NFL teams wanted him, and they drafted him. And when he came up in there as a man and wasn't coming in as a beggar, He came in as a genius and not a dumb jock. He came in with a man with a long-term plan, not a short-term plan that involved big booties and steroids and Range Rovers. He came in planning to do medicine. And he said, I can't go play in the NFL right now because I'm a Rhodes Scholar and I'm going to go spend a year studying, and then I might come back. If I feel like it, I might come back and play for y'all. If I get time, I might come back and get on the field for you. But I don't really feel like that's my only purpose. And you know what they said about Myron Rolle? Do y'all remember what they said? They gave him a hard time because they said that he's not really dedicated. He's not really committed to the game. He's not serious. No, actually, Myron Rolle was about the most serious motherfucker that y'all have ever seen in your life. And because you're just not used to seeing a serious black man. So I'm not. This is not anti-sports. I'm not anti-sports. I told y'all guys, I love sports. I do. I want it out there. Like, I watch football. I know that the Jets suck and that the 49ers are arguably the best team in the NFL right now with the Patriots. I know these things, right? Because I watch football. I know that my Ohio State Buckeyes are positioned to possibly win another championship, and I'm excited about that shit. And so I love sports as much as the next guy. But I'm just here to tell you, black men, black mothers with little boys, where they recruiting your sons to go play these damn sports, you need to shut that shit down, or at least moderate that shit. You must control the beast. Because as LeBron James said the other day, LeBron James was talking about these coaches that coming up in your household talking about, your son's tall, when he gonna come out for basketball? Oh, he big, he coming out for football? These coaches give zero fucks about your child. I hate cussing today, I'm sorry, but I got to do it. They don't care about your child. LeBron said it the other day. He said, these coaches don't give a fuck. That's good advice. You need to take it. In fact, in the car just now, I was having a conversation with Alicia's son. Alicia's son, I'm not his daddy, because if I was his daddy, he would not be 6'4" at the age of 16, right? So I walk by, people know that I'm not his daddy. People don't even think, they don't even look and say, oh, you two look alike. They're like, no, wait a minute, you're the short one and he's the tall one, so who's his father, right? He's that big, he's that tall. And he's brilliant. He's brilliant. He goes to the Science and Engineering Academy. He's working with these entrepreneurs that are going to be billionaires. He's doing all these amazing things. But all he gets from everybody is, you tall. You playing basketball? You tall. You should be on the basketball team. Why aren't you playing basketball? You wasting all that height. Well, how about we look at a lot of these guys out here, and I would say that some of these sons of bitches, like, you're brilliant. You're wasting all of that brain. You're wasting all of that potential. You could be an asset to your community, and you're spending all your time playing a sport. Like, seriously, this is not anti-sports. This is me saying, like, come on, man, we need to get off the white man's nuts. Seriously, get off his jock so that you can actually become a man. Seriously, like, so this whole idea of, like, chasing these people down and begging them forever to just give you a chance to go on the football field, man, get out of here with that nonsense. If you want to play, play. If you want sports to be a part of your journey, then absolutely, it should be. If you're good at it, why not? And I'm not sure, I could be a hater because maybe I'm jealous of the guy. I get jealous when I see these guys, these real serious athletes that get out here and just do things that I could never do. I watch, I was like, man, this dude, he up here dunking on everybody, man. Who you think he is, right? Like, maybe I'm a hater. That's fine. Call me that. But at the end of the day, man, you're more than just an athlete. And that's the problem that's why the NFL, in my opinion, is the greatest thing that ever happened to the black man, but the worst thing at the same time. Actually, it's probably the worst thing that ever happened to us because we have the 0.1% that make a little bit of money, and then we have the 99.9% that give everything just for that one opportunity, and then it does not work out. So I don't really enjoy watching Kaepernick sitting around. I don't understand. I'm not going to say I don't enjoy it. I just don't understand Colin Kaepernick. Smart brother, very powerful, very well known, tall, handsome, young black man. Everybody loves him. Ladies love him, I'm sure. Fellas look up to him. Great black leader. God bless him for that. He has so much potential. But yet you're sitting here waiting around to have a relationship with a woman that does not want you. How pathetic is that? How pathetic is it? Think about this. Has anybody ever done this before? Has anybody ever been like made to look really stupid in love? Who's been a fool in love besides me? I'm gonna raise both my hands first because I've been a double fool, a triple fool at times. I've done stupid shit. When you chase somebody, you ever have that feeling when you're chasing somebody and you're trying to get them to love you and they just do everything in their power to remind you of how little respect they have for you. Like they literally go out of their way to say, I don't want you. And yet for some reason in your mind, in your warped little brain, because you're sick, you're mentally ill in that moment. Science shows this, right? In that mentally ill moment, you're like, no. You're gonna love me, right? You're like Jennifer Hudson. No, way. I'm living without you. You're gonna love me, right? It's so pathetic. And it is crazy. It makes you look crazy. It really makes you look crazy. If anybody ever sings a song like that to you, you better run. I just want to tell you that. And my argument is that that's kind of what the black man does with the NFL and the NBA. Like, we're just sitting here as if we don't have shit to do except sit around and wait for a white man to call us on the telephone. Man, you got a lot of things you could do in your life besides playing a sport. And so this is not hating on anybody. This is not attacking the black man. We're going to talk a lot about, manhood. Actually, I'm doing a manhood summit in Chicago. I'm participating with it. I'm not doing the event, but I'm a part of it. Wesley Muhammad invited me to be a part of it. And there's a couple of well-known, hip-hop artists and stuff like that are coming through. I can't say their names yet until it's all confirmed. But okay, thank you. Yes, the answer is yes. She's asking. She sends me little notes, and she's asking if I want salad for dinner. See, that's what a real woman does. She can cook your food and take good care of you. And I tell you, you are awesome. Thank you. I love you. All right. Okay. So I just got to earn my brownie points real quick. So I'll say this. I think it's beneath you. I don't think I think for Colin Kaepernick, it kind of makes me sad watching this kind of back and forth. A lot of people were super excited when Kaepernick got this opportunity. And I think that what you probably have to reconsider is this weird idea that a white man's decision-making determines whether or not you're having a good day or a bad day, right? That his decision to let you into the halls of his institutions is what draws the line between success and failure for you. You never want other people, especially people who've oppressed you for 400 years, to hold the keys to your bliss. Because at that point, you've given them the power of God, because they can then turn on your happiness or turn it off with a quick decision. So let me lay out some more quick details. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the notification bell. Also, if you haven't, if you have a black business, we are registering as many black businesses as possible because we want to build a database. You can register your business for free right now at theblackbusinesslist.com. THE, that's theblackbusinesslist.com. We want to register as many black-owned businesses as possible to create a searchable database for 2020. So go to theblackbusinesslist.com and register your business. And then also, if you want to learn about business, you can go to theblackbusinessschool.com. Theblackbusinessschool.com. All right. So basically, we know Kaepernick switched the location, claiming that it was a media issue. They're saying they wouldn't let the media in. The NFL source is coming back and saying, no, we were cool with the media coming in. We don't even know what they're talking about. The NFL is basically claiming that he's a no-show, which is kind of a stubborn resistance to the alternative narrative of Kaepernick, which is, no, I wasn't a no-show. I was just down the street. I was just going to have the workout at my location. What I am confused about is why there was an agreement to have the workout at that first location in the first place. Like, why didn't this whole thing play out before you actually had the day of the workout? Also, I'm really curious to know sort of what the truth is and what it isn't. I'm really wondering, so somebody said, somebody said Complex did a live stream of the workout. So maybe that kills the theory that Kaepernick didn't want people to see, the workout. But I heard some of his language, right? And I'm not saying I disagree with the language, but the problem was he was using a lot of what I would call Boyce Watkins language. Like Boyce Watkins language is the language that might be telling you the truth, but it will also get you fired from your job. I'm warning everybody in here who has a job, if you work for white people, do not go to your job repeating things that I said to you because I will get your black ass fired. I just need you to know that I am your crazy friend who is going to fuck up your whole relationship with the white man because sometimes getting too much truth and getting bold and yelling it out to white people will get you in trouble. I cannot take responsibility for what happens when you go to your boss and repeat the things that you've heard on this channel. So I heard him using Boyce Watkins language, which is fine for people who are, who are liberated and free, run their own business and whatever. Like a lot of the shit that I talk is there are things I say here that I would not say if I had a government job or if I was working at IBM or whatever. I can't, right? That's why I quit those jobs. That's why I walked away from Syracuse University, because I was talking like this and they were like, you need to get your black ass out of here talking all that black shit. And I'm like, yeah, if I were white, I probably wouldn't want me around either, because I might take your ass out. You don't really want me around. I am such a threat to you, Bob. I'm such a threat to you. I'm smarter than you. I'm a better person than you. I'm more ambitious than you. And I probably have a bigger penis than you, Bob. So I might take your wife if I wanted it, but unfortunately, I don't think white women are attractive. So, Bob, it actually makes sense that you want me out of this building. So I'm going to go ahead and pack my shit and go, because I'm okay with that. I'm not even mad at you because I don't feel like you owe me anything. I don't owe you anything. So fuck you, Bob. Have a good life. I'll see you on the other side, right? So there's a way that, people carry themselves when they're sort of free and independent of the system, right? It's like kind of like if you listen to, like a heterosexual woman talk about men and a lesbian woman talk about men. The lesbian woman is going to say, she's going to be a little bit harsh. She's going to be like, fuck man, we don't need no man. Man don't matter. Don't mean man, right? Why is she saying that? She's saying that because she don't have a use for a man, right? She doesn't want a man. Like, penises mean nothing to her, right? So of course she's gonna go 100, go hard with it, right? So my point is to say that Kaepernick, when I heard Kaepernick talking, I was a little bit confused because he was really saying a lot of things that sounded very like in your face. Like he said something like, he said something to the people that were there. He said, tell your owners, stop being scared. And I'm like, well, shit, well, that's not a good way to get a job. You're not going to secure employment with that kind of rhetoric, are you, Colin? Think about this. Think about anybody here. I don't know if anybody here has imagine you own a business, right? You running that shit. You're the owner of, the Cleveland Browns or the Dallas Cowboys or whatever, right? You're the owner. You're the boss. You're the head honcho. You're the HNIC. That's your shit. That's your house. And then you're thinking about hiring somebody, but you're not sure because you don't know how your customers are going to react, and you're kind of iffy about it. And then they just call you up and say, come on, motherfucker, stop being scared. Quit being scared with your punk ass, right? Like, are you really going to want, think about this. This is how they're behaving before they get the job, right? I interview people for jobs. And if somebody tries to get a job with me and the first words that come out of their mouth is, Boyce, you need to quit being scared, man. You need to quit being scared, yo, punk. Like, I'm going to be like, no, I don't want this person. Because if I empower it, if you're acting like this when you have no power in my organization, my God, what kind of person are you going to become when I actually empower you? Right? Seriously. Actually, just like real example, Antonio Morey, who's part of the whole ADOS stuff, right? Who hates my guts. He doesn't like me. Part of the reason that Antonio and I did not get along back when I was letting him share my channel is because he wasn't being polite. He would send me something like, Boyce, publish this. Boyce, put this on your channel. I was like, who the fuck? Whose platform? Is it mine or is it yours? You come up in here telling me what to do? Fuck you. You get the hell up out of my house. Seriously. So that's why I believe every black person should have their own house. Teach your sons to have their own so that they can actually have the capacity and the space to be a free, independent man. So I think with Kaepernick, what I did not get, I saw him from what I was reading, I saw him changing lots of stuff. Like, no, we're not working out here, we're going to work out there. No, we're not going to do this, we're going to do that. No, we're not using this person, we're using that person. We're not using your receivers, we're using my receivers. And tell them, stop being scared. They need to go quit running from the people. Quit running from me. Quit running from the truth. And I'm like, wow, that is like the weirdest way I've ever seen anybody apply for a job, right? And so Stephen A., who tends to lean on the very conservative end of the spectrum to the point of almost being accurately accused of coonery at times, Stephen A. ain't gonna like it, right? Stephen A's gonna be like, man, you can't get a job talking like that. I'm inclined to agree at least a little bit in the sense that he's made his point, right? You let everybody know where you stand. You took a knee, you were bold about it, people loved you for it. You could probably still take a knee and they won't say shit. They've changed the rules where you don't even have to come out for the national anthem. Like, people know what you are. Like, they know you represent it, man. You ain't got to talk no more shit. Like, at that point, I don't think he has anything else to prove to them. unless my underlying theory holds true, which is that I believe that there may be a possibility that Kaepernick really doesn't want the job. That he really doesn't want to actually play for anybody. He kind of just wants to pressure the NFL and give them shit. But maybe he really doesn't actually want to go out there and take any more hits. Maybe he's made enough money from his Nike deal, his book deals, his speaking engagements. I mean, this man can go give speeches and get $30, $40, $50,000 a pop. Maybe he's just done. I don't know. Because again, think about this. If you really want to play football, you got the XFL, you got the Canadian League. Like, there's other places to play football, besides the NFL. Like, I hope you guys know this, right? The NFL is not the only place in the universe where football is being played. There are lots of professional leagues out there. So I'm not saying that he should make one choice or the other. I'm saying that his behavior is kind of baffling me a little bit, and I kind of feel that if everything is what it appears to be on the surface, if the NFL is sort of like, look, we're extending this olive branch. Jay-Z, he's our resident black man. He's our internal Negro. Like, he's our token for the decade. He's nudged us to get you to give you a shot so that we can come together on this thing. Like, there's nothing I think that Kaepernick loses by being like a little bit humble and kind of meeting them halfway and saying, look, as long as you accept me for who I am, then I'll accept you. I'll go ahead and we can go ahead and make this deal happen, and we can come together as a big happy family. I don't really feel like that was the energy there. So it's not me critiquing Kaepernick. I'm just confused. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of black men begging for, jobs with these people. I think the NFL was created by a bunch of people that have far less money than many of our black celebrities have right now. The Chicago Bears were purchased for $500 less than 100 years ago. They are now worth $2.9 million. If you start something and you are the inception of that league, then you own everything in that league, and all the businesses that are connected to that league are coming out of your community. The same way the Jews invented and built Hollywood as a key to ending their own oppression, black people can do the same thing with a sports league. Basically, the fact that you're sitting on trillions of dollars in athletic talent and resources, yet you give it away every single year, should be one of your biggest concerns as you claim to be fighting for reparations. But reparations will mean nothing if you continue to give away your very best and give it away cheap. So stop selling yourself cheap. That's a self-esteem issue. It's not an economic or political issue. It's all about your self-esteem and your psychology. So that's what we must understand as black people. All this begging, let's just get rid of that. But if you want to know my conclusion, my opinion on Kaepernick, let's just make this 100% clear. He should be signed by a team. He's good enough, in my opinion. It would be good business for them. They would probably sell tons of t-shirts and jerseys and whatever the fuck, because he's there. The fan base would love them for it. And then also on top of that, it's just the right thing to do. But since when have racist institutions ever done the right fucking thing? Like, stop waiting on white people to do the right thing. They ain't gonna do it. They're not interested in doing it. It's up to you to do the right thing for yourself and start building a community that's actually worthy of respect. That's where I think we need to do. So thank you, Cornelius, for your donation. Cornelius says he knows what he's doing in the community. Cap knows what he's doing in the community is what defines him. It will be his legacy. Him playing in the NFL is simply his passion. Okay, that's true. I can see that. That's a good point. All right, guys. So do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the share button. Hit the subscribe button. You guys know about the Black Business School. If you'd like to understand wealth, we have Black Business School for children. So enroll your kids. You can go to theblackbusinessschool.com. THE. That's theblackbusinessschool.com. We got people on the line that are waiting for you to talk to you right now. They can talk to you right this second. Also, if you are interested in joining any of our seminars at the end of the month, one on estate planning and one on government contracting. If you're interested in any of that, you can go to drboyceseminars.com. That's drboyceseminars.com. So feel free to go check that out. And we have all kinds of stuff that will help you, and we want to make your life better because our vision is black people 100 years from now owning a sports league, not begging for opportunities in the sports league. You are too good to beg. You are too special. You are too unique. You are too powerful and too capable. So don't let those people make you feel that you are less than what you are. Please subscribe if you're watching on FlyNewBeingKing.com. That's our channel for men. So everybody that's on there, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We want to build that channel up. So take care, guys. Love you. Thank you, Ivy. You are awesome too, and I love you very, very much. And I'm gonna go up here and hang out with my family. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Peace.